Hello and welcome to Intellings, where we explore the most insightful and thought-provoking books from authors, researchers, and experts shaping our understanding of the world. If you're interested in learning about the latest perspectives on the U.S. economy, you're in the right place. The American economy is constantly evolving, facing new challenges and opportunities. From rising inequality to shifts in global trade and the future of work, today's economic thinkers are offering fresh insights into what's ahead. In this episode, we'll take a deep dive into some of the most recent and influential books that explore the forces shaping the U.S. economy today. One of the most talked about books this year is Stuck: How the Privileged and the Property Broke the Engine of American Opportunity by Yoni Applebaum. This book, published in February 2025, examines the decline in geographic mobility among Americans. Applebaum argues that people used to move frequently for better opportunities, but today, barriers like housing costs, local zoning laws, and economic stagnation are preventing Americans from relocating to areas with better job prospects. The book explores how this lack of movement has led to social isolation, political divisions, and slower economic growth. Applebaum offers two possible solutions: either strengthen redistributive policies to support a more static population, or revive economic mobility by making high opportunity areas more accessible to a broader range of people. Another fascinating book is Your Life is Manufactured by Tim Minshaw, which also came out in 2025. Minshaw takes a deep dive into modern manufacturing, supply chains, and the vulnerabilities exposed during the COVID-19 pandemic. He argues that while the U.S. economy has become highly dependent on complex global supply chains, this dependence makes it fragile. The book highlights how outsourcing has weakened domestic industries and suggests that reshoring, bringing manufacturing jobs back to the U.S., could create a stronger, more self-sufficient economy. Minshaw also discusses the role of automation, green manufacturing, and the circular economy in building a more resilient industrial base. Shifting to the geopolitical side of economics, Choke Points: American Power in the Age of Economic Warfare by Edward Fishman, published in early 2025, examines how the United States uses economic tools like sanctions, trade controls, and supply chain disruptions to exert influence on the global stage. The book explores how access to resources like semiconductors, energy, and rare minerals has become a key battleground in global politics. Fishman explains that while economic power is often seen as less aggressive than military action, it can be just as impactful in shaping international relations. Another book that has sparked debate is Why Nothing Works: Who Killed Progress and How to Bring It Back by Mark J. Dunkelman. This book argues that America is stuck in a cycle of stagnation where large-scale projects, whether infrastructure, technology, or governance, seem harder to complete than in previous generations. Dunkelman blames bureaucratic inefficiencies, polarization, and a reluctance to take risks. He provides a roadmap for how the U.S. can break through this gridlock, making it a must-read for those interested in policy and governance. One of the most thought-provoking books on the psychology of the modern economy is The Siren's Call: How Attention Became the World's Most Endangered Resource by Chris Hayes, published in 2025. Hayes examines how the economy has shifted from being primarily driven by production to being dominated by attention, where tech companies, advertisers, and media platforms fight for consumer engagement. The book explains how this economy of distraction affects productivity, political discourse, and mental well-being. Hayes offers solutions for individuals and policymakers to reclaim focus in a world saturated with digital noise. For a deep dive into social justice and economics, Poverty by America by Matthew Desmond, released in 2023, is an essential read. Desmond, a Pulitzer Prize-winning sociologist, investigates how wealthier Americans, knowingly or unknowingly, contribute to keeping people in poverty. He explores housing policies, wages, and social safety nets, arguing that poverty is not just an unfortunate reality, but a choice made by society. His writing is both accessible and deeply researched, making it one of the most impactful books on economic inequality in recent years. Another book that has gained attention is The Whiteness of Wealth by Dorothy A. Brown, published in 2021. Brown, a tax expert, reveals how the U.S. tax system disproportionately benefits white Americans while putting communities of color at a disadvantage. She uses data and case studies to show how tax policies, such as deductions for homeownership, marriage, and investments, reinforce racial economic disparities. The book has been widely praised for shedding light on a topic that is rarely discussed in mainstream economic discourse. For those interested in financial risk and speculation, On the Edge by Nate Silver, published in 2024, provides an inside look into the world of high-stakes decision-making. Silver, best known for his work in statistical analysis and forecasting, takes readers behind the scenes of venture capital firms, crypto markets, and casinos to explore how people assess and take financial risks. The book offers valuable lessons on probability, uncertainty, and the psychology of decision-making in the economy. No discussion about the U.S. economy would be complete without considering policy and governance. The System by Robert B. Reich, published in 2020, provides a powerful critique of how wealth and power are concentrated in America. Reich, a former Secretary of Labor, argues that economic inequality is not an accident, but a result of deliberate policy decisions that favor the elite. The book explores how corporate lobbying, tax policies, and deregulation have created a system that disproportionately benefits the wealthy at the expense of ordinary Americans. Finally, for a historical perspective, Capitalism in America by Alan Greenspan and Adrian Wooldridge, published in 2018, offers a comprehensive history of the American economy. Greenspan, a former Federal Reserve chairman, and Wooldridge, a historian, trace the rise of capitalism in the U.S., examining how entrepreneurship, innovation, and financial policy have shaped economic growth. They also discuss the challenges facing capitalism today, from globalization to technological disruption. These books represent just a fraction of the recent literature analyzing the complexities of the U.S. economy. Each one provides valuable insights into different aspects of economic life, whether it's policy, inequality, globalization, or technological change. For those interested in exploring these topics further, all of these books are available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and other major retailers. Many also have audiobook versions for those who prefer to listen on the go. That's it for today's episode of Intellings, where we explore the most thought-provoking books from leading experts in economics, politics, and policy. If you enjoyed this discussion, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss our next deep dive into books that shape our understanding of the world. Until next time, keep questioning, keep reading, and keep expanding your perspective.